So I got the girls up here. It's February 15th, and Cal is off by herself. I mean, in the lean-to. And I thought she looked a little sunk in on this side, but I don't know. She might be just a tad bit lower, but she has no liggies. These are soft as can be. And her bag hasn't gotten any bigger since yesterday, so she's due in 3 days, and she's due in 3 days. I felt her too. She's pretty still high up. She's actually higher up than her belly, her other side. So, and I can just barely feel her liggies. So, I know she's probably going to go pretty close to her due date. Willow here, she ain't due till March 3rd, or 5th, I mean. We still got a little ways. And then Miss Jules here, she's not due till the 25th, which is the daughter to her. And she don't really have an udder built yet. But it's not saying she won't. I figured I would let them come up here. I've decided that I'm going to take all this right here to this steel beam right here. And this is going to be my kidding area for my babies to be in. All this, I'm going to try to squeeze in this corner as best as I can. At least this part. Because that's what I need the table and my grain bins to be able to give them their grain. The salt blocks, they can stay. I don't know. And all this stuff, I'm not sure where I'm going to stick it. But these right here, these tubs, I don't know if I have 2 more downstairs. I think I do for inside. But this mainly is just chicken stuff. And then rabbit buckets, which usually I just stick up over there. Because this stuff is for my kidding. It's got my towels in it. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the ones that I keep inside, but I know I'm not going to bring them inside because last year I did that. And we had like, I think they were little spiders hatched and they were all over the place. Very tiny, you couldn't hardly see them. But rabbits are all doing well. The 3 batches that I got, that I pulled boxes out of, they're actually growing pretty big. And I think I'm going to have 3 boxes available. I know I have 2 right now, and I thought I'd go ahead and... I want to today, between cleaning this, trying to get this ready for the kidding, and Billy wants to try to get this down in the garage and get that running and oiled and get the hoses and stuff switched over to the new hoses and then brought back in here. Meanwhile, I've got to try to do that. We did, from that snowstorm that came up from the south, this is how much snow we got. About probably another 3 inches, maybe, if that. We've got more snow coming tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, through Sunday, which is tomorrow, and into Monday, and then chances of lake effect snow for the rest of the week. And that's when our Arctic air comes back through and tries to come in, and like the day that they're due, it's only supposed to be a high of 16 that day, which I think is Tuesday. Yeah, it is Tuesday. They're due, Scarlet and Cal, which is Scarlet and Cal, Willow and Jules. Scarlet and Cal are out of Ariel, who I lost last year for a ruptured uterus while she was trying to give birth to 2 huge buck kids. These 2 girls are the first set of dolings I've ever gotten out of her. I've gotten 1 other doling out of her, and she ended up dying, I think, from coccidity when we first moved here. It was my very first doe I ever got out of her, and it was actually a cross between Lancelot and her. And it was a beautiful little girl, but she ended up dying. And then I bred 2 more times, and then finally got these 2 girls. Cal normally gives me a doe and a buck. So my plans are to keep a doe out of her if she has one. I'm definitely keeping a doe out of her for sure, because I want to keep Ariel's line going in my herd. And I have a daughter already out of Cal, but I already know what Lancelot daughters look like from Cal, and they're pretty nice. They got nice udders and good heavy producers, and that's kind of why I want to keep one from her. And last year I had bred her to Lancelot, and she gave me triplets, a buck and 2 does. And 2 of the kids did have wattles, 1 did not. So she does, like, her first kid was a doe kid from Prince, and she did throw wattles on that kid. So I'm hoping, I think next year, or it'd be this fall, I'm going to breed their sire back to them, and then their kids, whoever I end up keeping, will be bred to Prince, because he's my smallest, is what I was thinking about doing. But I've got time to think about it. I need to trim some hooves, but it's so close to kidding, I don't want to try to do it. My eyes are actually pretty decent today, and I have to say that I'm pretty happy about that. Maybe I can actually get my blanket finished today, the sides on it. But I've got lots to do out here. This is one of the warmer days. We're supposed to get a mixture of some sleet, rain with snow. So we'll see how much more we end up today with. Some of them, they're not, like I say, some. I'm not a real big fan of the pellets from the Combonch milk maker. They're not too much of a fan of it, are you guys? But you eat it. I'm not looking forward trying to move all this, I can tell you. I'm just not looking forward to it. At least the pallet won't be heavy, because I did move these pallets in here. And that one has about 75 pounds in it. That's got a 25-pound mineral thing in it, and that's got the rest of my sunflower seeds that we couldn't put into that. I am going to need to go to the feed store, though, and get these filled back up. So we're filled up with grain while I'm got at least the 2 milking, which will be her and her. And then it'll be Jules next, and then Willow. But I'll probably bring everybody up on the stand anyways. They just won't be milked. That way they can still get a little bit of grain. She almost couldn't jump up here. She's just a little heavy, aren't you, girl? You're just a little heavy. She just got babies in there. Can I feel? Are they awake? I don't think so. They're sleeping, huh? So hopefully when I show you guys again, this will be switched around. I gotta figure out how long this is. And I can even split this down the middle and have 2 separate pins too, which I No, I had them over in this area. I had them all along this area here and had them separated into 2 different areas if I had to. I've even thought about doing that. Just taking this and pushing it over here. This is a pain in the butt to move. I kind of like it that they just come out and jump right here and it's good to go. But with the hay being in here, it's a little bit of an issue because my plan was to have my kidding pen on this side for my kids to be in until the weather was good enough I could put them outside. They'd have to be in here for a couple weeks. Not too long, but a couple. Yeah, not too much going on with these udders for sure. Really watching Cal. I mean, Willow, she's kind of gained a little more there than she has been lately. Still nothing really going on with her yet. Are you almost done? Are you girls all done? Huh? Hi, Cal. You gonna give us a smile? Huh? You girls all done? You ate that scoop fast, didn't you? Yep, you sure did. I'm gonna start putting a scoop of their minerals in there. The Sweet Licks minerals that I use. Alright, ladies, I'll get you back down. Alright, stay tuned, everybody, and we'll see what we get ourselves into. The baby pin is up now. This is my gate right here that I can get in and out of there with. They'll have a light right there. We're going to put sawdust in this corner only, leave the rest of this opened. And I'll probably put a little hay feeder once they get a couple days old on the corner here, and just will put a flake in there so they can eat when they want. But with this big old thing in here, the bucket system, I can't really have any other way for it to have more space in here. So all that got moved over here. Billy took the machine down to the garage to work on it, so I'm going to go down there and we'll see what he's up to. But this is just everything that I've got going on so far. I got to take all that down, throw it in the garbage, grab my hammer, take that back in the house. And then I got to get an extension cord to run from there down to here, which isn't too bad of a distance, I'm saying. Like, it's not that bad. And then we'll be ready for kids. But we got a couple deer out here eating. It's a mama and her triplets. Dang it, she already saw me. They're playing. I don't know if I can get into the kitchen fast enough without... Oh, right there's that other one. She's like looking over here. Hang on, let me see if I can get in here real quick. I'm like whispering like they can hear me. Let's come right here. that one looks like it's got horns. That's because it does. He's like a little, that one right there. Or maybe it ain't. Well, that's just a doe. I thought it had horns. I guess not. Billy's in there playing his game right now. It seems to be consuming him. I thought to myself, he could be outside probably right now, cutting up stuff, but he wants to play the game instead. That's why I talk about getting to the point where you can't necessarily get everything that you want necessarily done. You have other stuff that takes your time. So I told myself today, because I knew he would probably be on that game again, I'm going to get the stuff done instead of sitting there watching him play and get angry because the game's cheating and whatnot. So I'm just going to do what I need to get done, because otherwise it keeps getting pushed off and pushed off. And they go behind stuff so I can't see them now. Oh, she's right there behind that tree, the big oak. The other two are over here behind the brush. There was 4 yesterday evening. No, the day before. I didn't have my phone on me. I'm heading back out to go get the snow off of the rabbit hut. I figured I'm going to do that before it gets too much darker, and walked out here and seen the deer. So I thought, I'm going to grab my phone, because I originally was not going to take it with me. And then I was going to go check on Cal. My phone says it's snowing, but I see occasional flurry, but that's it. There we go. I ran up the hill. They're like, well, I've had enough. She's been watching us too long. So I'm actually out here tonight. I did a nightly check on Cal. No action yet, so she probably most likely will go tomorrow or so, which I'm okay with. But right now I've got rabbits in that have been bred. Mr. Chestnut here, I am actually going to keep him. I bred him to her, and now she's going to have her first litter with him. And then Mr. Lee here, which was supposed to have been Lily, I bred him to Miss Zoe just now. They've had 2 successful fall-offs. I'm pretty happy with that. I've kind of moved rabbits around. I put all my does that are due actually on this side. So we will see when it comes to it. We got Miss PS, we got Lavender, we got Hannah, we've got Chloe, we got Hannah, we got Miss Mabel, and then we've got Belle. I've moved my 3 bunnies out there, which I'll take you out. But she was successful. Her sister, this is actually Gem. No, this is Sissy, sorry. Sissy and then Gem. So Gem was successful with Mr. Ringo. I've got Miss Blue Diamond, which is Mabel's sister, in with Eli for a second breeding for that same pairing. She's not being receptional at all to him. But I am just leaving them in overnight, so maybe it can happen. I've got Champ and Miss Pumpkin for a second breeding. And they did have some pretty good successful fall-offs. Really nice, solid fall-offs. I just put Majestic in with Mr. Sampson here, and they've had a couple really good fall-offs too. I'm hoping to keep the steel blues that they have together. I really am looking forward to that. Miss Orchid here, I kind of knew she didn't take the first time. As soon as I stuck her in there, they latched together instantly, and I just seen him do another really good fall off where he flipped her and him, and he was growling, and he didn't let go for at least 30 seconds. So I know he's got some good successful fall offs with her. So far, everyone has been successful. I just seen her go at him like, you better leave me alone. But that's, yeah, she's getting pretty grouchy because she wants to get out of there, but I'm leaving her in there. We got the 2 breeding over there, and in the morning when I come out to do my thing, I will pull everybody and put them in their own pins and everything. Look at him. He's like, hey lady. Let's see you do a successful fall off there, Mr. Lee. You gonna let us see, Miss Zoe? You've had a couple so far. She looks like she's blue, doesn't she? It's because of my headlamp. But she's not quite as black as he is. He's considered a midnight black, but I got her down and registered as a broken black, but she actually looks blue. Not quite as blue as her mom, but blue. So I've got, these are Blue Diamond's babies over here. Right there in this pin. This pin is empty right now. I've got Miss Princess and her babies. I put boxes back out here since I had 3 available, just because we're supposed to be in frigid temperatures. And here are Miss Magnificence, and these are Chloe's right here, or Zoe's, sorry, not Chloe, Zoe, her babies. And then we got Miss Honey's babies in the box, and then we got Miss right here, I call her Flower, but it's Haley, all her babies. And obviously they're not using the box yet, but I'm not sure why, but they could. You guys can use the box. Yeah. So everybody's moved around. I'm still waiting on my darn cages. I still haven't heard anything from TSC, and they're on sale again. And I'm hoping Billy will at least take me up there tomorrow, because they claim they have 236. There we go. Good fall off right there. We seen it. That's like the 3rd or 4th one that I've seen him do so far. So like I said, I'm definitely keeping him as a breeding buck. I bred these 2 just because I wanted to prove that he is good, and then I can get what I want out of him. I'm going to put Mr. Dot up for sale too, just because I don't need all these bucks and I don't want to butcher him. He's too nice of a buck to actually butcher. He would make somebody a really good breeding buck, and obviously he's ready to do his job. And then this Mr. Chestnut here, I was going to keep him anyways because he was supposed to be a girl. But Honey has got another broken chestnut, so I'm hoping that it's a girl. So we can, but we'll see what these two do as a pairing. And I had to clean off the top of this hut because, man, the snow was so heavy it was weighing it down. I threw some more hay in with everybody just to kind of give them a good evening. Quit chewing on your box. Hey, Chloe, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing, huh? Quit chewing on your box. So within the next day or so, we should have, look at the size of her belly, jeez. We should have some babies. But I've got just about everybody I could breed besides her, because she's not old enough. I'm probably not even going to breed her till she's at least 6 months, because she had the bloat and she's a little on the small side. So I definitely don't want to try to breed her right now. So she's going to wait. But my plan is to get the 5 more cages that I need. I want to put this cage actually down there in the top, so this is completed. Then I want to get my 30-30 cages to actually put my bucks in. And I want a couple, like 2 extra cages just to house a couple bucks that I'm looking that would be great potentials for, say, breeding. And we'll go from there. So, Miss Princess did end up having a baby that got smashed in there. And I pulled it out. It was a little black one. So she's got 6, I think. Miss Haley's got 8. And then Miss Honey has got 6. She had 7. Remember I said I had found a white one that was dead down on the floor and I didn't notice it. It got out and then it froze. So that was one of hers for sure. But yeah, when I go to put some animals back, I'm not sure. Well, actually, I'm going to put these girls back in with their babies for another 2 weeks maybe, because they're 8 weeks old right now. He didn't get that time. She's like ready and submissive. She's a little big for him, I think, but he's been doing it correctly. You got to get down on the end, boy. Go on. You were on the right track. See, this should be a good cross because this is a Darius and Bluebell, which is, blue. And then, look, her bottom is completely up in the air. She's being submissive. He just is not getting down where he needs to be because she's so big. But she's just like, let's do this. I'm okay. I'm ready. But yeah, I'm going to put Pumpkin. She's going to come down. Actually, I was going to put her in the... No, Orchid's got to go back there. I wanted to put Pumpkin at the end. And then she'll go back in with her babies for another 2 weeks, which hopefully will give me some time to be able to get some more. There, he got it that time too. And then Miss Gem will come back here. I'm going to have to clean this out tomorrow. I don't want to get in here and try to do it now, but that was I had to fix this so that would stop falling in. But I'll clean all that out, and then Miss Gem will come back in here. And actually, I can put Miss Pumpkin right there for now, because I don't have a cage for him to be in. But if I were to go to TSC, and it says that they've got 2 of my 36 by 30 cages, so I would actually get those. They've got one 30 by 30 cage, and I would probably get that too. And just keep buying as I can go and keep putting them up here. For the steelbuck, I'm not so sure I'm going to get him now because I'm keeping him. I can always keep another steelbuck out of my steel doe. Hopefully she'll have something that would be pretty significant that I could really choose. We'll go and look real quick. I seen eyes up by the chicken area, and I even ran at it, and it wasn't scared of me at all. It just kept looking and looking, and it ended up walking up through here, but I came up this way and I checked on these two just to see how everybody was doing. And like I said, Miss Blue Diamond, she's in here, and he's been trying and trying and trying, and she's not being receptive, but at least she's not moving now. But she's definitely not being receptive at all. Is she, boy? She just not. It looks like he might be wearing her down, that she might get reception, so. Are you doing your thing with Miss Gem? Huh? Yeah? It's kind of, I don't like being out here by myself, but I told Billy I was just going to come out here and check, but then I got sidetracked because I wanted to see these girls. These blue ones, they were ready to breed because they lifted completely. That's what I kind of like about young does, because when they're ready, they will breed. Miss Pumpkin, she was easy to breed too. When she just laid down, okay. Majestic, I threw her in there instant. Okay. Now, Miss Willow's udder here, I noticed, has really significantly changed. This is Cal, and her udder hasn't really gotten any bigger, but she usually won't until she actually kids. This is baby side, and we can look to see. I can't with my head, but you could see baby side. She's huge. Cal is really low. She's not quite as wide as she was last year. She was pretty big, but she had big triplets, 8 pounds apiece triplets. They were huge. And actually, Miss Willow looks about the same because she's very deep-bodied and she's just as wide. She had two average-sized kids that were about, for being triplets, they were about 4 pounds apiece. And then she had one that was just a little over 3 pounds. That was little Tinkerbell. But I have plans to keep a doe out of her, and her name's going to be Bella. I already have figured that out. And I plan on keeping a doe out of Cal, if she has one. And I want to name her, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see what she looks like. I did show you guys. Yeah, I showed you. So this is the area, and I'm pretty happy with it for the most part. Those were the last 7 cages I bought her, so 2, 4, 6. Oh, there's only 6 or 6 cages, but still, that was to make bigger 6-footers. So we're gonna head back up to the house, and I'm gonna take you guys along so we can see if we can see eyes, if that's the case. And Cal definitely looks miserable. She's just probably getting ready to actually start kidding tomorrow, possibly. So we'll see. And tomorrow is the 16th, So we're only technically then 2 days from actual kidding dates. And then Miss Scarlet, I would say if Cal can hold off, or they'll kid on the same day, maybe even on the 17th, I don't know. But either way, it's going to be quite cold on the days that they're supposed to kid. And then the following week, is it the following week or a week and a half still? Yeah, so I was over here. And I was walking, and Dixie was with me because she's very faithful. She likes to follow. And I happened just to go like this, and there was eyes on the outside of the fence. And man, it was staring into that pen. And I don't know what it was, but I ended up scaring it off. It did end up leaving. But I can't say it won't be back. But Max is inside. Billy's been putting him in. If he's home, he puts him in. If he's gone, he puts him out. And then Brutus is stuck in our room the whole time because the two of them don't get along. They've already gone into it. And Billy had to yell at him, which it scared Max to the point where he didn't want to come to Billy, but he wanted them both to sit next to each other. Brutus is an instigator. Max is an instigator. Max is very vocal. Brutus is silent until he fights. That's the difference between a pit bull and any other dog. They won't tell you nothing unless it's a stranger, and then, wow, that makes a difference. Well, thank you guys for watching, and please keep viewing our videos, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Till next time, God bless you all.